puddings, and welcome to Rogues Gallery Live. That'll certainly give you nightmares, ladies and gentlemen. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Rogues Gallery Live. This is episode number 130, and this is our Halloween Spooktacular. And this is always one of our favorite shows of the year, and we're going to have a lot of fun. We've got some topics to talk about tonight, picks to look at. And I said earlier, if we get to 250 live viewers, I'm going to do a live pre-order tonight, as I'm going to order the Iron Man Mark 7 from Queen Studios, the 1/3 scale, which would be kind of one of my first non-Batman pieces in quite some time. And so anyway, if we get to 250, that's what we'll get. So anyway, I'm Harley Min. Nice to see you. We also have from Wayne Manor, Rocket City, Scarecrow.
Harley him. That's not.
Oh, that's what I should have said. Harley him. That would have been funnier. But Harley Min.
Hey everybody, happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween to you. We also have, of course, with us this evening from all things Rogues, Eric B. in the house. Here he is right here.
Hey guys.
Oh, you're in the secret sanctuary.
I decided to be everybody tonight. So I'm a little bit of Dan.
That's funny.
A little bit of Chris. I'm in the sanctuary, broke in, and a little bit of Jeff.
That is hilarious. So we got Jeff Morris, Only Dan's Batman statue collector, of course. We got Julia. We've got Secret Sanctuary in the background. I love it. It's fantastic. So anyway, welcome to the show, my friend.
That's first awesome. Official merchandise for Only Dan's.
Hey, that's I see that the merchandise is paying off. It's going well.
Needs a new pair of shoes.
That's right. We also have with us the real life Poison Ivy. We have Julia Rose in the house. How's it going, Julia?
It's great. Thank you. Hi, everyone. Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween to you. Look, great looking costume. And again, the perfect Ivy right there.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Well, we're glad to have you back on the show for our Halloween episode. So make yourself at home. We also have Mr. Jeff Morris rocking the Riddler tonight. Oh, I love the cane. It's looking good. Looking good. And then last but certainly not least, we have a very obscure character from Marvel. You want to tell us a little bit about it? Secret Sanctuary, tell us about it.
Sure. His name is Mr. Fish.
Hey, what are you doing in the sanctuary?
So in 1975, there was a title put out by Marvel called Luke Cage Power Man. And issues 28 and 29 were supposed to be a two-part story, but they were running behind on issue 29. So Bill Mantlo created Mr. Fish in a story called Nobody Laughs at Mr. Fish. Appearance. It was a two-bit hoodlum who encountered some radioactive material that made him dizzy, and he fell into the East River, and he came out looking like this with super strength.
Well, that is awesome. Well, I love that you dug that up, and it looks fantastic. So welcome, my friend. Welcome, everybody. How's everybody doing tonight?
Good.
Glad to hear it. I want to say hello to just a few folks in the chat real quick, and then we'll get started for today. So we got Ben Hizzle in the house, Dylan Hicks, Chris and Logan. We got Salad. Mike Stainbrook is here in the house. We got Lewis in the house. Thank you for being here, guys. We got Ryan. Daniel's here. Good evening, Rogues. Glad to be back after missing a few of the streams. We're glad to have you here as well. Lane Kramer is here. We got Den saying hello. Superman's here. Mark Mahoney is in the house. We got Paula. It's good to have you here, Paula. Michael Duppler in the house as well. Superman says, while waiting, let's hit the like button so others can find the stream. Thank you very much. I'm showing 97 people in here. And so thank you guys for being here. Hit that like button. That does help our stream out tremendously. So thank you. Ew. This must be when they saw my ugly mug. So there you go. It's good to have everybody here. Georgia in the house. Theodore says, Jeff looks great. Paula says,
Thank
have
you.
a great night, everyone. Hello, Poison Ivy
Feel
from
great.
Ruin. Nice. Michael Gonzalez, hello, everyone. Wow, costumes are top notch. Thank you very much. I think Chris has broken my brain. Harley Men, that goatee is now burned into my brain. Looks like Tin Howard right on. What did you say earlier, Jeff? You said it is the most unattractive Harley Quinn you've ever seen?
I've never been less attracted to Harley Quinn in my life.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Mark Mahoney says, looking good. We got Kay in the house. Awesome costumes. Thank you. Shadow Demon Show says, damn, Julia. Everybody loving Julia's costume. Looks great. Fred says, Julia is the best looking one out of all of you. I would hope so, Fred. I would hope so.
I take offense at that.
Oh, go drink your water mug. Jonathan is here. Oh, by the way, did everybody see? Did everybody see my pudding choker? Look at that.
God.
It
I
doesn't
went all
help.
out. I got my pudding choker.
Just when you thought it couldn't get any worse.
Yeah, it's all nightmare fuel.
Curdled pudding.
I see Chris has been kissing his ledger bust. I have. Hey, what I do in my free time is up to me. Mac is in the house. Hello. We got Bats in the Belfry. Chris Reynolds is here. Yes, exactly. Thanks, Chris. I no longer find Harley attractive. Well, now you can switch to like Catwoman or Poison Ivy. That'd be all right. We need a comic cover variant of your Harley, Chris. Yeah, no one needs to see that. Harley Quinn and the Legion of Gloom. That's. Thank you, Brad. Yes, Chris almost ruined Harley. I did. I have officially ruined her. It's funny. I find myself attracted to. Oh, well, to each their own, right? To each their own. It's Harley Chris. Yes, it is. Anyway, welcome everybody to the show. 109 of you right now watching. Again, hit that like button. That really does help us out. And welcome to our Halloween Spooktacular. We have a couple of things that we're going to be doing tonight, including looking at some photos. But I thought that to kick us off tonight, since this is our Halloween show, had the idea, or actually, I think maybe it was Jeff Delaney actually that had the idea earlier this week. Oh yeah, the fish. The fish had the idea.
Mr. Fish.
Yeah, Mr. Fish. See, I got to write that down so I get it right.
Thank you.
But I am crazy and delusional as Harley Men, so you have to give me a little bit of slack.
Okay.
But anyway, Ben Hizzle wants to know what we're wearing from the waist down. No pants. No pants.
I thought about an Only Dan's thong, but I might got kicked off of YouTube, so I didn't want to do that.
Dan, you've got to lower your price on the Only Dan's thong. Like it's going for like $500 a piece, and it's just too much.
Well, like I said, need a new pair of shoes.
That's right. That's right. You got a new house to pay for and a new collection to pay for.
Exactly.
Man, I don't know how girls do this. This is not fun. So anyway, the first thing that Mr. Fish said was, let's go around the table and say what our top 5 favorite Halloween, spooky, scary movies are. This time of year, it's always fun to put a scary movie or two in as we head to Halloween on a Tuesday. How boring is that? I wish Halloween was on the weekend every time. I think that'd be a lot more fun. But anyway, I thought we'd go around the horn and just say what our favorite top 5 movies are that are scary or spooky or just Halloween themed. Do you guys all have your list ready to go?
Yes.
It's all up here.
It's all up there. Okay. Well, I guess I'll start first with my my number 5. This was a movie that I remember seeing after I got off work. I used to work at a grocery store, and I would get off late, and I was in customer service, and it was like VH1 or something, and it was on TV, and I'm like, this is the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life. But I kind of got hooked on it a little bit, and I know it's like a pop culture, cult classic, I guess. So my number 5 is the Rocky Horror Picture Show. It's got great music, great cast, of course, Tim Curry, I love him. I think he's fantastic. Meatloaf, of course, but just good movie. It's good music. It's very strange if you've never seen it. But I always like to see a little bit of that movie every year, especially I like the first half better. But anyway, that's my number 5. How about you, Dan? What's your number 5?
My number 5 would be Abbott and Costello meet Frankenstein.
Oh, great one.
The monster. Yeah.
That is a classic. That's awesome.
Yeah, I love those movies. I grew up watching those with my dad, and so very nostalgic for me. But I can still watch that and enjoy it the whole way through. So, yep, definitely at the top of the list.
Well, that's awesome. Chris said he agreed with me, so that's awesome. Keith, thank you very much. You all look awesome. Thank you very much. What is that? I realized Chris's Batman cowl had its own clown mask. Yes, it does. My new cowl can't just have Batman. It's been Jokerized. So there you go. Let's see. Let's move on to Eric, number 5. What's your number 5 scary Halloween movie?
All right. I didn't put them in order. I thought we were doing like the scariest. So I went with the top scariest. And so I guess for number 5, I'll move it to The Exorcist.
Ooh, good one.
Something about, them, labeling the movie as it being a true story, as a kid, just made me afraid to even just like turn the movie on and watch it. So I'm going to, 5, number 5 Exorcist.
Have you, do you like modern scary? Like, are you going to go see the new Exorcist?
No, I know Morris just saw that. So yeah, I'm not a huge horror fan. I mean, I used to watch them when I was younger a little bit, but I'm the type of person, I have like anxiety as it is, so I don't like feeling like I'm having a heart attack when I'm watching a movie. So anything that like pops out and like tries to scare you, I'm not a fan of. Like gory stuff I'm okay with, but I just don't like when things jump out like, But
I feel like I could reach out and touch you on the same table that's in front of me. It's really weird.
I can come visit you. Hold on. Let's see.
Uh-oh.
Hey, Jeff.
Oh, there you go. Wow, you like could teleport. That's pretty impressive. Jeff does not look all that pleased.
Not amused.
No, look at that. Look at that face right there. Not amused. Scoot over. Oh, wait a minute. Hey, nice to see you.
I'm the back bunker.
Hey, that saved you a plane ticket.
All right, what do you need help with? Hang some art on the wall? What do you need?
Yeah, I definitely need some art hanging skills. I need you guys to come and help me with that. So yeah, we can work on that after the show.
All right.
I love it.
Back to the sanctuary.
Yeah, okay, there we go.
Yeah, look, Henry in the chat is complimenting Eric on his Hulk statue.
Oh, yes. I just got that a few weeks ago. Where is it? It's over here. It looks great in person.
So, Eric, how hard was that to move?
I think it was like in 3 boxes, and I brought each piece up the stairs one by one.
Up the stairs, yeah.
It was really tough.
That sounds like a nightmare. I love it. Let's see. Sorry, we're getting a little sidetracked. Julie, we'll go around the horn to you. What is your number 5?
So my number 5, believe it or not, Chris, is also the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy. Music, and it's just one of those movies. I mean, it is so crazy. It is so out there, but it's a classic, so it's one of those ones I just have to watch every year. But yeah, that's a wild movie.
Yes, it is.
Until you go and experience it in a movie theater, you have not lived.
Have you ever done that, any of you?
Oh, I did it all the time.
Oh,
We started in high school.
Oh, yeah.
We had to drive an hour away.
I've never done
See
it.
it.
I've never done it. I've always wanted to do it, but it sounds like so much fun. Like I've seen like live videos of it and stuff like that, YouTube videos and stuff. But I would love to do that at some point. I think that'd be a lot of fun. Well, anyway, that's awesome. That's very cool. We have the same one. I love it. Jeff Morris, what is your number 5?
Psycho.
Oh, classic. Yeah. Very, very cool film. It's really cool. Whenever I was 15, we went to Universal in California, and they still have the Psycho house there, which is pretty cool to actually see the real house. It's even more interesting. It's like forced perspective, so it's it's not that big really, but it's really cool that they still have that there. I thought that was awesome. So yeah, great movie. Great movie.
In Orlando, because I remember seeing it there.
They did like Psycho 3 or 4, I think, is where they filmed that. And then they tore it down to make a kids area over there. But yeah, I wish I had seen it too, because that was really cool. And it looked even creepier, I think. That's awesome. How about Mr. Fish? What is your number 5?
I went with The Conjuring.
Ooh,
That's a good one.
There's
that's
a thing-
awesome.
There's a thing in The Conjuring where the mom plays this clapping game with her kids.
Oh
And
God.
one night she puts her kids to bed and she still hears the clapping. It's the ghost playing the clapping game with her. It's very cool.
It's very creepy. I love it. And I love the stories with it, guys. That's awesome. So, definitely share why you like them. That's awesome.
I thought you would have went with Creature from the Black Lagoon.
That's my number 1, damn it.
Damn.
Yeah, way to spoil it, Eric B. Ryan said he's a big Universal Monsters fan. Vincent Price and Bela Lugosi movies and slasher movies like Friday the 13th and Scream. All good stuff, Ryan. That's it's the cool thing is there's starting with those Universal classic monsters. That's what I grew up with. Like my mom loved those movies, and so I love those as well. And so have a lot of love for those, as just in general. But okay, my number 4. We've actually heard somebody say it earlier. But my number 4 is The Exorcist. Again, a great black and white film. I remember, when I was kind of getting into more scary movies, I remember I rented it, and it freaked me out. Like it's just so well done and so well filmed. And now when you hear stories about how cold they kept the set and how the actress got real sick and it was just like torture for her for real, and they really were able to get those reactions for real from her. It was very, very interesting. But Exorcist for me, great classic film. I tend to skew more toward like the late 70s films, and so I really like that one. So
did you guys see the second one yet? I know Jeff, you watched it, right?
Mhm.
The trailer looks really good.
Oh, it's really good. Yeah, I saw it the other day.
You saw it?
Did you guys like it?
Yep.
Huh?
Yeah, it was really good.
And it's the same actress, right? The same mom?
Oh, is it?
Yes.
The mom is in it. Yep.
That's awesome. That's very cool. Well, it looks really good. I agree. Again, I'm not, I don't tend to watch very many scary movies these days, but I that is one I think that I would like to see, I think.
The little girls that, there's no secrets in the trailer, right? There's 2 little girls that are affected. Where they find these girls that are, I don't know, they look like they're maybe 11 or 12 years old and playing these parts. It's like, oh my God, where do they find them? Girls are amazing.
That's where you hope that they're not like psychologically scarred for life for playing these characters,
Yeah.
Anyway, that's for me. Let's move over to Dan. What is your number 2?
Well,
I mean, sorry, your number 4.
I have a pre-answer question for everybody. Should I be able to breathe in this mask, or
you would think so? I would hope you're able to breathe.
Just seems like breathing optional. I'm just saying,
Air toxins coming in.
Okay, so no, my number 4 would be the original Amityville Horror.
Oh yeah, nice.
I love that story. Similar to Eric, it always kind of crept me out. I actually read the book as a kid before. It's funny, my dad read it, loved it, said, "You got to read this." I was like scarred for life. But Eric, like Eric said, it's one of those where they say, based on a true story, and that always freaked me out.
Yeah.
And then the movie was really good. Actually, even the newer one, was it Ryan Reynolds in that? Yeah, that was really well done.
That's awesome. Great pick. Number 4 for you, Eric.
Oh, all right. I stayed with the creep factor. Going with Child's Play again, like something that you think might really like happen, like a doll coming to life, especially something that's in your house. Definitely a huge creep factor on that one. It was actually just on today. Not the first one. Child's Play 2 was on today. I was watching that, a little bit of it, and it's actually going to be my daughter's costume this year. She's dressing up as Chucky. And her friends are coming over the house, and they're going to be watching they're doing like a little horror movie marathon. They're going to watch like Freddy and Child's Play, and what was the other one? There was one more. I forget the name. Forget the other one. But yeah, they're going to be doing like a little horror movie marathon.
Doesn't Mark Hamill do Chucky's voice on the TV show?
Does he? I was watching it today. I was thinking that too. I was like, I wonder who does his voice.
Yeah, I think it's him.
I think it's still Brad Dourif.
Maybe not.
It is the other movie they're watching, The Clown.
Let me see.
So they actually made I don't know if they made it into like a TV series. So like they had this huge like on the channel, it was like this huge like marathon, show after show. And it was like Child's Play, the movie, and then it was also like episodes of Chucky. And I was watching one of those. It looked pretty good. I don't know. I only watched like maybe like 20 minutes of it.
Wikipedia is saying that Hamill replaced what is Dordorf? Is that how you say his name?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that's
said he replaced him. I don't know if he's currently the voice, but he was in 2019.
So that might have like I said, there was
Dorf is doing the TV show.
That's cool.
There was a TV show. Okay, yeah, I couldn't figure it out. I was like,
yeah, that's still. It just now started back.
Okay,
season 3, I think.
Yeah,
that's
for a
cool.
TV show, the animation of Chucky looks really good.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. Let's go to Julia for your number 4.
So my number 4 is another Tim Curry movie, Clue.
Oh,
so, yeah,
love Clue.
Yeah, so the suspense, and I always loved the game too. I just love it. And I like that psychological kind of scary. I guess I'm like Eric in that way. I do get like those nightmares, very easily. Not that I don't enjoy a good horror movie, but I like the ones that are more like the psychological.
Well, growing up, my sister, that was her favorite movie of all time. And so I probably have seen Clue probably well over 200 times. And we quote Clue all the time. 1 + 2 + 1 + 2 + 1. I had to stop her from screaming. We love that movie. So I don't hear Clue come up very often. So it's nice to hear you say that because I love that movie. That's awesome. Great cast, by the way. Great cast. Christopher Lloyd, Robert Mole. Great cast.
Yeah, it is. And you forget too, you watch it, right? Just like with a movie or TV show, and you forget that the time's passed. So they're just like encapsulated in that era. They look the same.
Yes. Yep. It's so good. What does it take place in the 30s, I think? Or
I think so.
40s.
40s.
Yeah, okay, 40s. Yeah.
Yeah, Madeline Kahn.
Yeah, she's great.
Hysterical.
It's so good. So good. Great pick. Jeff Morris, it's your turn. Number 4.
Rosemary's Baby.
Oh, very good.
I think that's that one. It may not be technically really scary, but the whole premise is everybody around her is in on this, except for her. No, everybody else knows what's going on except for her, and that's kind of scary.
That is scary. Well, that's a great pick too. Again, very classic film. Nice pick. Number 4 for this guy right here.
Mr. Fish.
Mr. Fish.
Number 4 is the original Paranormal Activity.
Oh, yeah. That's
made
a good
for
one.
$16,000 over one weekend.
That is awesome.
Yep. Good.
Great film. Yep. Great film. I'm trying to think. Who is the lead in that movie?
Nobody anybody's ever heard of.
I was going to say, I thought maybe they did something, but I can't remember. But I thought it was good. It was good.
That was the other one where it's like based on a true story. And it was just like the house cameras or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
And it was really cool because they knew something was going on in the house. So they started putting a camera up in their bedroom when they went to bed at night.
Yeah.
The next day they would review the footage. And one night he sees his wife get up out of bed, circle around to his side of the bed, and just stand there staring at him for about 4 hours. And
I just got chilled thinking about it.
Creepy. My number 3 was what I considered, one of my all-time favorites for a really long time. I still think it's one of my favorites, but it made the list to number 3, and it is the original Halloween. Michael Myers. I think it's still one of the best, like scary movies. I love it, and he's probably my, of all the big creepies, he's probably my favorite one. But Michael Myers, Halloween, classic film. Dan, how about your number 3?
Pick. My number 3 is not so much a slasher movie, but kind of creepy thriller, and that is Joyride. Steve Zahn, Paul, can't think of his name, but It's
From Fast and Furious.
yeah, the kid that passed away from Fast and Furious, Paul
Walker.
Walker.
Paul Walker.
Yeah.
And the reason it was so creepy to me is because I could completely see me and my dumb friends in college doing the same thing. They're just taunting this trucker, and he turns into a psychopath. Turns out to be a psychopath.
Yep.
So yeah, it's a real good one. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it.
Great pick at number 3. There you go. Eric B.
What are we on, number 3?
Number 3.
Yeah, same for me. Halloween. So it comes down to the top 3 80s slasher films. So there was two before that I'll get to number 1 and 2 on, but yeah, number 3 will be Halloween. And I think by far the best sound score, music for a Halloween movie.
Yep.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's completely off topic, but Chris Reed wants to know, what is your beer of beverage choice, Eric?
What we got here today? Doing a Lagunitas IPA.
A little IPA action. There you go.
I love it.
Very nice. Let's go down around to Julia. What is your number 3?
So Nightmare on Elm Street. And the thing about me is I am not immune to nightmares and insomnia. So that movie really, really does me in when I see it, but it's amazing.
It's still a classic, holds up very, very well, of course. Freddy Krueger, it had Johnny Depp in it, which was great, right?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, great pick at number 3. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We'll go right over around the corner to Jeff. What's your number 3?
Creature from the Black Lagoon.
Oh, very good one as well.
The original one.
Great choice. Love it. What's your favorite part of that movie? Do you have a
I
favorite
think
thing?
it's when they first get back to the campsite where they found the fossilized hand of the other creature, and the girl, I think her name's Julia Adams, standing there near the water, and the hand comes up out of the water, and it's like really close to her, and she's standing there, and then just steps away, and it's like.
I love it. It's a great choice. Let's see. Next up, then we have the Fish.
Mr. Fish
is The Ring.
Mr. Fish. I keep saying it wrong. Mr. Fish.
Say it right. And
I know.
nobody looked at Mr. Fish.
I'm sorry, Puddin'.
Okay, that's not right.
I chose The Ring because it starts off like many horror movies with a typical pajama party with 2 teenage girls, and then it quickly turns to something much, much darker.
Yeah, sorry, I missed what you said. What was the one you picked?
Oh, it's called The Ring.
Oh, The Ring. Yeah, that's the one where she comes out of the TV, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. That one, I remember my sister went with us. I went with a bunch of coworkers, and my sister, who's 4 years younger than me, she went with us, and she couldn't sleep for like 2 days. Like, she was so freaked out. But man, what a great film that was. I thought it was really good.
Yep.
Really, really good. Okay, I guess that leads us to our top 2 here. So my top 2 isn't necessarily a horror movie. I guess it kind of is, depending on how you look at it. But my number 2 is Jaws. I absolutely love that film. I could watch it a million times, and it still scares me every time. I still, I love the scene where they're all talking about, where all the soldiers went in the water, all the Navy guys went in the water with the sharks. Still very, very creepy to me. And whenever I was 7, I went to SeaWorld in Orlando with my family, and they were filming Jaws 3. So I always thought that was really cool because that's where they filmed a majority of that film. So I always have a connection to that film and just love it. So Jaws is my number 2. How about you, Dan?
Awesome.
One second, Chris. One thing about that scene that you mentioned, that scene was written that day. They needed a filler scene, and the screenwriter had a piece of scrap paper and a pen, and he wrote it on the hood of his car, and they filmed it that day.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
And it's like, it's so iconic, and it's just so good. And Robert Shaw, man, what a great job he did on that.
Yep.
So good. Well, thank you for that little bit of information there. It was great to know.
Well, I didn't include Jaws on this list, Chris, just by way of anecdote, is in my top 3 favorite movies of any genre. So
nice.
Yeah. And
great lines.
A little quick 30-second anecdote. So growing up in New England, we took our kids to Martha's Vineyard on vacation, where they shot some of the movie, and there's a bridge there where that's included, that it made into the movie. I made it into the movie, and I just take the kids there and we jump off this bridge and play Jaws. And they shot the movie. So
that's a great story. Great story.
I'll have to share pictures with you of that. Yeah,
yeah, I would love to see that.
Yeah, it was really fun. Anyway, so my number 2 is the original A Nightmare on Elm Street.
Nice.
Absolutely love that movie. For me, of the movies of that era, the scary movies, slasher movies, that one's my favorite. Still enjoy watching it.
I say you and Julia have great minds alike right there. Yep. So that's awesome. So very good. You both loving the Nightmare on Elm Street films. Again, I love it too. It didn't make my top 5, but I still love it. So it's a great pick there for sure. Let's move on to number 2 for Eric.
All right. I'll add real quick, since everybody was talking about Jaws, to the trivia knowledge. It's actually based off my new hometown, Matawan, New Jersey, where boys were swimming in the lake and there was a shark attack. Supposedly that's where the movie was inspired from.
Oh, that's interesting. That's really cool.
Yeah, I sent you guys pictures, I think, a while back, or maybe I sent them to just Dan.
No, I saw it. Oh yeah, those.
Yeah. Yeah, we have like a really cool mural of like Jaws, like on the side of the lake. Like there's this wall, like a tunnel, and it's tourists come by and take pictures and stuff like that. Number 2 is tied with number 1, which is Elm Street and Friday the 13th, but I'm going to move Friday the 13th to number 2, which is actually, I think, probably the first, at least, scene of a scary movie I've ever seen in my entire life. So growing up as a kid, I didn't like scary movies. And one of the, I was at a friend's house one day and there, his older brother was watching, these horror movies downstairs. And I was like, all right, I'll go take a quick look to see, what's going on. And I run downstairs and I see this image of Jason swinging an axe and cutting somebody's head off. And I ran right back upstairs. And that was the last I saw of that movie. So, Friday the 13th. I'm going to move that to number 2, and number 1, I'll explain why that tops that later.
Okay. So, that's awesome. Very good. Well, let's go over to Julia for her number 2.
So I would say Rear Window. So I always loved Rear Window because I'm a writer. And so I'm somebody who could easily just look out the window and create a whole story based on what I think I'm seeing, whether or not it's really happening. So yeah, Rear Window is just amazing.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Great story. Great pick. That's fantastic. All right. Well, let's move over to Jeff Morris for number 2.
Oh, Halloween was my number 2. The original. That one, I remember going to see that in high school.
That's
before
awesome.
It kind of became, then it kind of got huge.
Do you have a favorite part of that movie? I always liked that closet, upstairs in the closet. I thought that was really creepy.
I think probably the scene where she comes out of the house and tries to get other people to help her, and they turn the porch lights off. Nobody comes to the door. And it's like you're just dying inside.
Love it. Love it. Mr. Fish, you got number 2.
Number 2 is The Shining.
Very good. Very good pick.
Red Rum.
Yeah, Red Rum. Well, I mean, since you said that, that leads me right into my number 1. And my number 1 is The Shining. I still watch that and I just am so it's so unnerving to me. It's so psychological. Of course, I love Nicholson. I love just about everything he's done. But I don't know. It still gets me. I mean, I'm 47 years old and it still gets me to this day, just that feeling, that kind of that creepiness, walking down the hallway or, opening that door at the hotel room. And what made it cooler for me is we go out to Colorado a lot every year when I was young, and we would go out to Colorado Springs, and not too far from there is Estes Park, Colorado, and that's actually where the hotel is, where Stephen King wrote the story, or was at least inspired by the story. And they actually did a TV movie that's a little bit more accurate to the book. years ago in the late 90s, I think. But it's really cool just to be in that hotel. I know the actual hotel they filmed the exteriors is, I think, somewhere maybe Northern California or Canada. I can't remember where exactly. Maybe Canada. But I love The Shining. I think it's fantastic. The two little twins creep me out. So great film, and I love Stanley Kubrick, and just a really great film. So Shining is my number one. Dan.
So my number one is The Conjuring.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I just think the stories, I mean, yeah, they're absolutely scary. They also have that kind of overlay of based on a true story. And I love all the sequels. We just really enjoy watching them, and fun and scary all at the same time. So yeah, that's my number one.
Great pick. This is off topic, but everybody is talking about Dr. Sleep, and that was the sequel to The Shining. I have not seen it. Have any of you seen it?
Yeah, it's good.
So it's worth a watch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's Ewan McGregor, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool.
He
I need to check
plays
that one out.
Danny Torrance grown up.
That's cool. I need to check that one out. That would be on my list. I should add it this year. So anyway, great pick, Dan, at number one. Eric, let's go to your number one.
All right. Yeah. Conjuring was awesome. But again, I based my list off of like the scariest, which I made, going off of, obviously when I was the youngest, where I was most scared of these movies. So what takes the cake for me would be Nightmare on Elm Street, Freddy Krueger. And the reason I put that over, the top three slasher movies of that time, Jason and Michael Myers. With Jason and Michael Myers, they're more like slow moving, coming at you. I always feel like if I was in that situation, maybe I can outrun them. But with Freddy Krueger, he, comes in your dreams. The dream sequences were always, very creative and always something like weird and insane going on with them. It wasn't just like your typical slasher film. There was always something bizarre going on with his killings. So I'm putting my all-time favorite horror film for Nightmare on Elm Street.
Very good. Very, very good. Let's go to Julia for her number one.
So Misery, keeping with the writer theme.
Oh, great one.
Yeah. So that movie always stuck with me. And there's just something about Kathy Bates' character, right? And then when she hits him on the legs and she breaks his legs, and it's one of those things that just never leaves you, right? But the whole thing, secluded cabin, woods, it's just amazing. And then how they tie it into her, him killing off her favorite character, right? That's just, it always stuck with me. It's just such a unsettling thing.
Yeah, it's terrifying, but it was really well done. Of course, really great acting, and great pick at number one. Really nice.
Thanks.
Really nice. All right, Jeff Morris, you're number one.
Oh, The Exorcist.
Nice.
But I also think Exorcist 3 is highly underappreciated.
Yep.
That's one of with George C. Scott, and it's just as creepy.
Deeply
I forgot about that one.
It's really good.
When that old lady crawls across the ceiling over his head,
Yep.
We were in the theater, and it was just chaos broke out. When she scuttled across the ceiling, it was like the whole place came unglued.
That's where you're like, I'm out.
Yeah.
See you later. Go get a popcorn refill on the way out, and I'm out. Great pick. That's a great one. Again, you cannot go wrong with that movie at all. Mr. Fish, I think you are last but not least on this category.
Mr. Fish also chose The Exorcist.
Nice.
Oh.
I was pretty young when I saw it. It freaked me out.
That's awesome. Well, I mean, it's been pretty cool, and maybe it's just our general ages, but we've had kind of a similar pick of films. We've had a few oddballs here and there, but a lot of us have similar taste in films, which is really cool. Obviously, you can go back all the way to the early Universal Monsters black and white films, and then all the way, I think, kind of had a really great heyday in the 70s. A lot of those Hammer films and different things, all the Christopher Lee and all those great films. And then, of course, into the 80s, which, again, was a rebirth. And then in the 90s and 2000s, we've had just, Saw and some of those other Ring, like you mentioned, a lot of great classic ones. all the way.
Scream. The first Scream movie.
Oh, Scream, yeah.
Storm.
Scream was good. I remember that first scene, which I always really loved Drew Barrymore. And I remember that first scene where, she gets her neck slashed. And I'm like, that was for me. I'm like, I'm out. Cause like, I did watch it, but I was so like disturbed by that. It just,
Well,
it
they
really got me.
promoted her as the star.
Right.
Before it opened, and me and my friends went and saw it opening weekend, and she's dead before the credits roll, and we were like, oh.
Yeah, it was just crazy the way they did that. But I think that's maybe what was so shocking about it. Maybe, I don't know, but really good stuff, guys. Thank you for doing that. I think that was a lot of fun. Hey, Dan's here.
Yeah, Dan's here. In the interest of breathing, I'd check in and give my buddy a break.
That's right. Well, really, right now you should just change your name to Jonathan Crane.
Jonathan Crane.
He's a pretty normal looking dude.
That's
ish.
not him.
Yeah, ish. You're right.
High five, Jeff.
That's right. High five. Oh, look, we have a new change of character right here. We got Chris the BSC. Oh, look at that double live unboxing.
I'm a thumbnail.
There you are, a thumbnail. That's fantastic. You see, you couldn't have found like a dopier photo of me with my, my
I could have
face.
found a much dopier one, but
I was gonna say I got a lot of dopey. Which again, all the dopey thumbnails are intentional to be funny. So it is all in good humor. But
so
anyway, I love it.
Like Dan, I couldn't breathe either.
Yeah.
And all I could breathe was latex. So I had to get out of that mask.
I don't blame you one bit. So this next part, I'm going to kind of read through my phone. And so let me go to the topic 2. Queen Studios makes some waves. So recently Queen Studios was on another show. And I apologize, I don't remember which show it was. But somebody in one of the Facebook groups kind of did a recap. And so I thought I would kind of recap it for you guys of what they said. I thought it'd be a good topic of conversation, some things that what Queen Studios said. So again, just please forgive me. These are just kind of updates as we get back into a little bit more statue content here for you guys. So the first big thing is they said that for the foreseeable future, they're going to be focusing on 1/3 scale and life-size busts. Good move, bad move. I mean, they had teased a lot of quarter scales. What do you guys think of that move? Do you think it's a smart move for them just going life size and 3rd scale for the foreseeable future?
I'm intrigued that so many companies seem to be going high dollar.
Yep. Yeah.
Seems weird.
Yeah, I'd love to understand the business intelligence behind what Jeff just described, because 1/3 scale, 1/4 scale focus, is interesting to a point. But then when you layer on top the price point of the Iron Man piece, Chris, that you're looking at,
yep.
You got to scratch your head and say, are there that many customers that are just going to pay, $2,000 to $2,500 per statue? I mean,
to me, it makes me wonder are they the only collectors buying overseas? Are they the only collectors, like the high dollar collectors? Are they the only ones left?
Well, if they're polling them, right? So if they're doing a good job of knowing their customers, right? They've got connection to their customers, and they're polling them in some way to understand what would you like to see, and that's the answer they're getting, then it makes all the sense in the world.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's just
they do send out polls. They do send out, questionnaires.
Yeah.
But that wasn't my choice.
Yeah. It also makes me wonder, like, again, they've teased a lot of quarter scale stuff. I mean, that's going to piss them off, especially if, you've already started planning, you've already bought a bunch of quarter scales, and now they might not do them. The ones that come to mind are like that, the Batman, those Ben Affleck, those were all teased at quarter scale. So I wonder if they'll still do them.
I think
they
maybe
put
it
out
comes
like
down.
Loki with rooted hair and everything for over $1,000, and that was supposed to be like the first of their fancy quarter scale line, and I guess that's no longer.
Yeah,
maybe it comes down to like licensing issues, like if they don't have the license anymore.
It could be. I know
Where
that
did
when
the
we,
half scale go? The half scale's just
yeah, I mean that's the thing is they've done a couple of really great half scales. I mean, you have one, Jeff, and it's fantastic.
and it was close to the same price of the 1/3 scale Iron Man.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
It's crazy. By the way, we're at 184. So 184 people watching right now. Please hit the like button, guys, if you're enjoying the show. And again, if we get to 250 tonight, which we're creeping up there now, if we get to 250, I'm going to live pre-order that Iron Man that Jeff just spoke of. So anyway, let me read this. This next section is about the Terminator. They said the video that was leaked from the Queen's factory was their Arnold head being used with a company in North China who specializes in animatronics, basically showing Queen that it could be done. Queen wanted to pursue this for the future release and spoke to the licensor, to which they said it would require extra rights. So Queen are debating now whether or not to pursue it. If Queen does get the go-ahead, the animatronics will be added to the bust. Then there are two things to consider: the contract they have with the licensor and how they would factor in the extra licensing, and how could they upgrade it to the current orders that have been placed. I think that's the fine line. Is like, if people have already ordered it, you don't want to, this is not the time to change it. Like, unless it's going to be the exact same price point, but if you're saying, hey, collectors, we're going to add animatronics now and it's going to be another $1,000, you can't do that.
Right.
But did I miss something? Like, what animatronics are they talking about? Do you have any idea? Like,
Yeah, there was a video out of that T800 bus that recently went up for pre-order, and the head was moving around.
You're kidding.
Looking up and down. Yeah.
No, that is terrifying.
Yeah.
Next will be sound effects will be next.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that would be a hard pass for me. That is way too creepy. Way too creepy. But it's interesting. Again, I just can't imagine them pursuing that further. But what do you guys think? Would you guys want something like that in your collection?
I can see a market for it.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I think to me, it kind of falls in the same category as light ups.
Yeah.
I never use them. They're cool for when you first put the statue together. And then I just never use them. And usually, I don't know, light ups specifically are not usually for me cool enough to warrant having them on that much, with the exception. Well, one exception that comes to mind is Jeff Delaney's. Do you still have that Sideshow Iron Man, Jeff, with the cool light up face?
No, I sold that recently after I pre-ordered the Legendary Beast Iron Man.
Ah, gotcha. Yeah, well, that's a great Iron Man, and that base looks, to me, night and day different when it's lit up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would definitely connect that to some kind of Alexa device or something so that it's on with more frequency.
I think it's the same as that one I'm considering buying.
Yeah.
I think it's very, very similar. It's got that same effect, and it looks better lit up, I think.
Yeah.
Yep. For sure.
So since we're talking about Marvel, we'll move over to the Marvel section. This is what they said. They have the Marvel license for statues, as we know, but there was discussions with Marvel last year about figures, though, that will be a few years down the line when potential contracts may get renewed. Queen asked about producing comic and movie figures, but Marvel is focused on MCU statues specifically. So it doesn't sound like there's going to be any comic stuff from them anytime soon. The Marvel 1/3 scale line, which we were just talking about, the 4 characters you see on the poster, and we'll look at that when we look at photos. The 4 characters that you see will be the first ones made: Iron Man, Hulk, Thor, and Scarlet Witch. The plan is to make these out of silicone with rooted hair as well. They are in development now. Hulk 3D sculpt is done, just waiting to move onto the silicone step. Could you imagine how much that'll be? Because that's like an entire torso of silicone.
Yeah.
I mean, that's going to be nuts. They've also been working on the Scarlet Witch head sculpt, and Thor is still in concept. So the others are unlikely to have any battle damage compared to the Iron Man Mark 7. So it sounds like there's just going to be one version of each one of those. So
it's interesting that they're starting with the character that doesn't require rooted hair or silicone.
That's very true. Well, maybe they're just trying to get people sold at the price. Like there's like, well, this one's $2,000, but when you see Hulk, it's $8,000. So good luck. Yeah, they said Queen gets asked all the time about the Robert Downey Jr. portrait. Getting the rights for an RDJ head sculpt is extremely difficult, especially because he isn't in the MCU anymore. That's a great point. And maybe that's why it's so difficult. And Queen has been asking for years for it. So they hear everybody wanting that. And I think that would be awesome, too, to have a life-size bust or something like that of him. But obviously, it's very difficult to get the rights. They say they may come back to finishing the 1/4 scale line, but for right now, it's 1/3. So again, for all the quarter scale collectors, I feel like that's kind of a little bit of an FU there, considering they did tease a bunch of them already, but things do change. They also said regarding batteries, AC adapter, they received a lot of feedback, negative feedback regarding batteries. So now they are talking with the production team to find better solutions. They want to move away from batteries and move into USB, so that's good. As of Jeff Morris brought up half scale. There are still plans to continue the half scale Iron Man suits for next year. So still more Iron Man coming, but it looks like maybe everybody else, maybe not so much. Future Marvel pieces, they say Queen has been told that the Deadpool 3 movie is going to be epic, so their plans for next year would be around Deadpool. This is a potential for a Hugh Jackman Wolverine, although they aren't allowed to say much at this moment. The pictures everyone has seen online of Jackman in the yellow suit is probably likely the route they will take. Marvel and Disney want to reboot X-Men, being one of their big long-term plans, and that will open the door for Queen to pursue more X-Men. So again, obviously they're going to stick with the movie stuff, which is cool. They also addressed the Michael Jackson bust. Queen originally wanted to do the zombie version from Thriller, which I think would have been really cool, actually. But whoever was in charge of that license did not want it. They did not want that version at all. And Queen also didn't want to do the smile. But again, whoever the licensor was wanted the smile incorporated. And they said that they're about 90% happy with the way it is right now. So they feel like the face sculpt needs some work. So I think that sounds like they're going to maybe keep tweaking it. So if you are somebody that bought, I know like Fatal, the collector, mentioned on my post today that he bought it. So if they continue to improve it, that's great. That's great news for collectors. So I thought that was really cool. They mentioned Harry Potter. Queen has the prototype bus in their office. John wasn't sure about the release time and schedule. So again, some Harry Potter bus coming. Dark Knight trilogy. I thought this was interesting. The armory that was shown at Shanghai Wonderfest, they have set the limit to 40. Okay. I've heard that all in all, it's going to be around 1 ton.
Oh my God.
1 ton?
And get this. I don't know if you saw this or not, but apparently if you buy it, they will send somebody out to set it up.
How do you ship it though?
I can't even fathom.
Right? I mean,
well, they said it's like the same thing as like their Hulkbuster they did. They did that giant Hulkbuster.
Right.
It's like
So it's the same. It's basically the same idea, but like logistically, how do you send out your own team to help set that up?
It would have to come in a huge crate, no forklift.
Yeah.
Well, what was it? $40,000.
Private carrier.
It says all the weapons in the armory are removable, made from polystone. The sticky bomb gun has actual function moving parts to it. And it says now that the designs for the armory have been done, there may be potential in the future to sell the weapons and items individually. So I thought that was kind of interesting. And they did address the fact that a lot of collectors, including myself, would like to see them do the bust with the cowl portrait. Which I think would just be really smart to offer that. And they said that they are weighing their options, whatever that ends up being. I don't know if that'll be a brush off, but I do think that there's a lot of potential sale opportunity with that. Do you guys agree with that? I mean, having a mass portrait?
100%.
Yeah. So anyway, that's I just wanted to relay that to everybody because I thought that was really interesting what John had said. Anything you guys want to discuss with that, or do you feel like anything you heard that was surprising?
No, not surprising. Glad to see they're doing something.
Yeah, I feel like they were real quiet this year overall. I mean, they did have some releases that came out, but just overall, I felt like they were kind of quiet. And we're starting to see stuff actually ship now. Like the Catwoman 3rd scale is finally shipping. art statue collector. I want to give him a shout out. He just unboxed her the other day, and she looks great. Much bigger looking than we expected, and so I'm thrilled for anybody that has that one coming. And again, I'm just excited that they seem like they're back. They seem like they're trying their hardest to get back and get caught up. So I'm happy for them. Sorry, somebody said something. I couldn't hear you.
I just said right.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. So that's that. I don't know if anybody. Let's see. Oh yeah, you didn't mention how they said they've been trying to get the Star Wars every year so far, but haven't been able to get it yet. But they keep trying. That's a big license to get, and so it'll be interesting to see if they're able to do it. I think it would change the game for them.
That would be huge.
Yeah, I just think, and I'm kind of surprised because they already have the Marvel license, which is tied to Disney. So I'm surprised, and they've already proven to do some really amazing work with movie stuff. So I don't know. I don't know why Disney hasn't allowed that yet, but maybe someday we'll see. You guys ready to look at photos?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. Let's do it. Let me turn this banner off here and we'll get into it. All right. Can you guys see the photos large?
Yeah.
We're going to start with this photo right here. We got some amazing dogs that I've met in person.
Say
Dan, tell us what's going on here.
Is that your dog?
They're two of the three are passing through the frame. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was just like a rug on the floor.
Yeah, Jax might as well be a rug. He kind of looks like that. Jax in Indiana there. Yeah, dog butts. Gotta love it. No, this is the current state of Wayne Man Rocket City. I kind of have a layout that I think I'm going with in terms of where things are situated, but now I am in the unenviable position of trying to figure out my shelving along all these walls. And I know it's difficult to kind of tell how long these walls are, but think 24 feet long each.
Yeah.
So, and there's the only windows in the room are those three that you see in the picture there.
Nice.
So it's good and bad. It's funny because I remember thinking, Chris, all those times when you would be kind of bemoaning what to do with this or that in the new bunker, I'd be like, what are you talking about? That's just nothing but awesome sauce. You got all that room. But oh my God, it's not as easy as you'd think. Wow.
It is tricky because you don't want to make a mistake,
Exactly.
especially if
You don't
you're
want to mess up.
buying shelving and stuff. You just don't want to mess up. And it's
Exactly. But I have to throw, I don't know if Matt Martin is in the chat tonight or not. He mentioned he was going to be joining us, but that floor that you see, so this is in our new home, and this bonus room is one of only two rooms in the house that came carpeted instead of with a hardwood floor. And so I wanted to swap it out for a laminate floor. It's actually the same flooring, Chris, that you used, only this is you can't tell from the picture, but it's like a dark brown barnwood rather than the gray.
Did you do driftwood?
No, driftwood is lighter. This one's a little darker than that.
So driftwood is what we put in our upstairs.
Okay. Yep. This is one shade darker than that, I think.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about then.
And this kind of matches what's in the rest of the house.
Nice.
But, Matt Martin was awesome enough to come out. He's in Gainesville, Florida, so not too far away. He came out, spent the weekend here, and we banged this out. We got the floor done. So
that's awesome. Well, it looks great, and we can't wait to see your progress. We're excited for you.
How many boxes did you use?
Oh God,
we used 50.
I was going to say I think it's around that.
Yep.
But it might have been a couple more. I know we were able to return a box, so I don't remember. I think it was around 50.
Yep, it's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot. Luckily, the side cabinets helped a little bit.
Oh, right.
Not take up quite as much floor. So
yep.
Anyway, congratulations to Dan there.
Yeah, shelving is next. So
that's awesome.
Stay tuned.
Can't wait.
Yeah.
We'll move on to statues now. This was kind of a shocker this week. They've teased a variant, Poison Ivy. Of course, myself and Julia and Dan, Jeff Delaney, like a lot of us got this particular Ivy. And what do you guys think of the variant that they've teased?
Shocking.
Shocking.
I'm assuming that's sarcasm, Eric.
I just don't, like I told you, I don't understand it. There's so many Ivies this year that they released, and now it's like we get another one.
She must be selling. We were trying to figure out, the ES on the original is 250. I'm kind of wondering if this other green version will be either I'm going to guess either 250 or maybe even 150.
And the other one that they just showed, they showed both of them at the same time. This one, people already ordered the skin version, and now they're showing a green. It's like, what did they do?
It's just so crazy.
It's probably going to be a Spooktacular drop.
Oh, that's a good point.
That's
Aren't they
what I
doing
was
that
thinking.
midnight show?
They're doing a midnight show tonight, I think.
I was just going to say,
tonight.
it starts tonight.
Okay, so maybe we'll see. And I know they're going to do like a booth tour, so they are going to do like a sideshow con type of thing.
Yeah, the booth tour is Friday.
Okay, so maybe we'll see her.
And maybe the Frankenstein's monster.
Yeah, Frankenstein.
Yeah.
We'll see that in a second too. But
Hey, Jeff Delaney, is that oh, you said Frankenstein's monster and it gave me a brain cramp. Is the Frankie, the one on the chair that you got, what's her name?
The one that's right over Julia's shoulder.
Yeah,
Reborn, Frankie Reborn.
I forgot Julia has that one too.
Yeah.
Is that waitlisted still on Sideshow?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we
Yeah,
sure it's like
Julia has some information about that if she wants to share it, but she might not want to.
Oh, yeah, the end of the batch. Yeah. So when I contacted Sideshow, they said that that's the end. So all 1,300 are gone. There's not going to be any more, which really surprised me. And so I ended up getting mine from the Big Bad Toy Store, and they said they have one more. And so it was, yeah. But I was glad to see they did send me a little wait list thing, and they said, you're on the wait list. There's one available. So I was good to pass off to another person. So hopefully someone else got together. But yeah, I was surprised. They said, oh, all 1,300 gone.
That's
So,
crazy. Sold
before you
well.
move on from this picture, because I keep trying to decide if it's real or fake, and I just noticed the inconsistency. It looks like a mirrored image. Do we know if this is 100% real? Because right now I'm noticing a difference in one area.
This came from the Sideshow website.
All right, so zoom in on. Maybe they just photoshopped it wrong or whatever they edited. Her right knee. So these images are pretty much identical. If you notice her right knee, like see how the tree behind it is a little bit different. On the, I'm pointing at, like you guys see my finger, but right behind her knee, you see how there's a space in between whatever branch and plant that is.
Yeah.
On the left side, it's combined. And these are identical images. So either somebody just cropped it differently or.
Well, and the crazy thing is you found this picture before the show because I went to Sideshow's website and it is no longer there.
Maybe it was a mistake.
It could be. Maybe it was meant to be shown at Spooktacular, like you said.
I think it's kind of cool that they're. I think she's not wearing the tights in the variant.
Right.
That's what I'm thinking.
It's her bare legs, so I think that's kind of a neat change.
Yeah, I did notice the same thing. I was like, well, that's kind of a different take, a little different look.
Mm-hmm.
I know some people love Green Ivy and some people don't. So anyway, well, I guess we'll find out if it's real or not. But it certainly seems like it is real.
I'm usually a Green Ivy fan, but I think I like the skin version on that one.
Yeah, it's just because it's that classic Ivy, and classic Ivy wasn't green.
Yeah.
So these next bunches of photos are a lot of photos from Bangkok Wonderfest and also New York Comic Con. And so they had a lot of statues on display, especially at this Bangkok event. And so I'll just kind of go through them. If you guys want to comment on some of these, what did you guys think of all these life-size busts on display?
I'm still amazed that they won't spring for a professional hair person to come in and fix their crap before.
Yeah. That's my issue. I think
it wouldn't take a half an hour.
Yeah, they all look amazing, but the hair looks like bad wigs on them.
Yeah, like they slept.
Her hair looks fine.
Down.
Yeah.
I was going to say, yep. She's a famous painter, really does a nice job. She does a lot of custom work and also I think licensed pieces as well. But she had some really great photos that she shared. But I just love seeing all these together. I think it's really cool.
I mean, on the other side, I get it's hard to do hand punch hair and make it look realistic. But if I'm spending that much money, I don't know, that would bother me.
Yeah.
Yep.
What do you think about likeness?
What?
Yeah, I don't know. looks like Mel Gibson or something.
Yeah, I don't love it.
No, I'm not. And it's got Mel Gibson's hair.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. I mean, I
Maybe
think the
it's that
body looks
photo.
good.
There was another thing on this that bothered me at the neck. If you go down this, well, you can't see where my finger is.
That's what I was doing.
Okay. There's space there. You could see skin.
Yeah.
This looks like that piece is on the suit,
Right.
but you could see skin through it, and a lot of the videos and the pictures. And I thought, that looks cheap, like it's coming loose or something.
This one right here got a lot of criticism about his eye. And actually Infinity, somebody from Infinity or one of the companies that work with Infinity reached out to me and wanted me to share with the community that they are still tweaking this. This was an early deal that they had some problems with the silicone. And but they are aware of it. They're going to tweak it so that eye that's kind of droopy on that side of the face. And even like Art Statue Collector, he had a prototype. Actually, I think it's this exact one that he reviewed that was then brought to the show. And he had mentioned the same thing from that profile. It just didn't look right. So at least they're aware of it. I think the biggest problem for me is the hair. It just didn't look right to me at all. Again, it just needs to be maybe professionally done, which, I know a lot of the collectors that buy this probably, won't have done. But I do think that profile looks pretty good, although I still do think the Queen Studios blows this one out of the water.
Yep, it does.
I do think this one's really good.
Yeah.
I think this one's probably the best of the bunch. But again, it is cool to see these all together.
That was a bad pose choice on Superman.
Yeah. I do like Batman, but I wish he could wear the cowl. I do like Catwoman a lot. I think she's really well done.
Yeah. Well, together it looks like a cool display.
Yeah. They also had the Game of Thrones piece, and I don't know if you guys think it's a big giant upgrade from the prototype, but I think she looks a lot better now.
She looks good to me.
It looks like her, yeah.
Yeah. But again, it's a fun piece. I think a lot of collectors will really like this one. They had some photos with her hair behind her and then some with her hair down. And I think it looked good. Her hair was really long. It was all the way to the table.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think it's a vast improvement. Oh yeah, there you go. So you can see her hair.
Yeah, I don't remember having hair that long.
And maybe they just had it long like that to get the braid right.
Yeah, could be.
Because they do, the rest of them, they're all braided. I mean, she's got the hair braided. So maybe they did have somebody there working, Jeff.
It doesn't look like it.
Yeah. But anyway, I thought that was really impressive. Getting the likeness.
Yeah, looks good.
What do you think of life-size busts in general, Julia? What do you think of these?
I think they're a bit much for me, at least. I can see. I know, Chris, when you got the Ledger Joker, the one you have sitting in your chair, or had sitting in your chair.
It's actually got a spot now, actually, thank goodness.
Yeah, that's good. He seemed like he fit with your collection, right? But for me, I mean, I don't know. It just seems like overkill. You know what I mean? It doesn't seem like an everyday collector kind of thing. Maybe if you had one, right? Like, so if you just had the Ledger Joker, that was your thing, right? But to have one life size, like when I look at Art Statue Collector's channel and I see how he has just all of them. But there is one that's really, really interesting, and the Doctor Strange one. I always enjoy when I see that.
Yeah, it's good too.
Yeah.
So what if someone did a poison ivy?
Jeff.
Good question. That's a good question.
But do I really need her if I'm her?
Yeah,
That's
well,
where
you
I
just said
go.
you won't even do the 1/3 because you think the 1/3's too large.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but if I'm her, I mean, how many representations of myself do I need?
That's right. There you go. That's well
One
said.
of Uma Thurman with the eyebrows
Oh,
would be.
I know.
That would be.
The cone hair.
Yes, I was a long time ago. I was a poison ivy, but I was a kids version. And Jeff, you saw that picture,
Mhm.
and I had the mask, so it was kind of like a cross between an Uma Thurman ivy and a classic ivy. But my word was botany, so I could only go so far with her. So I had to tie it into some kind of educational. So botanist.
That's cool. That's cool.
So that flaming sword is pretty awesome.
I love it. This is a half scale, right?
Yeah.
It's huge.
Or maybe it's a third scale, but just I don't know. But again, this is done by Infinity.
I think that because in Gimli, with the axe back there too, I think those are halved.
Maybe so. But it looks impressive. They also had some other League of Legends statues. I know Sideshow sells those. They're fun. We'll move on to Queen Studios. We mentioned this Arnold earlier, and this one actually they say it's sold out already.
Yep. Well, I think Todd still has it.
Okay,
But
so maybe
Queen
they've sold out to
Studios
the
is
retailers.
Yeah,
That
Queen
was
Studios is sold out.
crazy.
Isn't that good?
It's awesome.
Who did this one?
This is Queen.
That may be the closest looking to him I think I've seen of anything.
Yep.
Yeah, it's phenomenal.
And the hair works better on this because he had that kind of like just like that weird poofy hair in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was 80s hair.
Yeah, exactly. Definitely works better.
They did release the materials, and this is a real leather jacket. It is not pleather.
Wow.
So
Really?
it's gonna have some quality. You could remove the little dude on the front.
Real shotgun.
Yeah, but congratulations to anybody get this. I mean, look at that. It's just crazy good. I can put the glasses on it.
Yeah, without him.
Yeah, as I say, I think you'd leave them off.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
feel like the glasses don't even look right. Is that even movie accurate?
Maybe not. And say it might not come with the glasses.
I don't think that's
I don't
accurate.
know. Oh, here's this guy. So this is the one I'm considering right here. This is the third scale Iron Man. This would be a standalone piece for me. But I really like it. I really like the battle damage. I think it's a lot of fun. What do you guys? Do you guys think I should get it, or do you think I'm out of my mind?
No, you're not out of your mind.
How does it look with that's lit up right now?
That's lit up.
It's not.
Yeah, I'm always curious to see how it looks when it's not lit up.
I don't know if they have a photo of that. They might.
I did see one somewhere. It looked like my old Mark 7, not lit up.
Yeah.
So it's like all black.
Yeah.
The
looked
suit's
okay.
not lit up on the other one, but maybe is. That one is, but the clean one doesn't look lit up.
I mean, it's cool, but I think if you don't have the light up feature, like Jeff, you posted in your group, like which one? I'm still leaning more towards the classics just because it just pops more with the colors and.
Yeah.
So it looks
I
more
like
a
the
standout
LBS
piece.
myself, but I can understand why if people want a movie version, this one's great.
Yeah.
I do wonder whether you'll be able to turn on all the light up features with one switch or whether it's going to be multiple. Sometimes that's the way Queen does it.
Yeah, even Jeff Morris says it all the time. You got to like hit like 20 switches to turn, or even just the batteries. Like,
For that much money, it better be one button, or
Yeah.
I would cancel
It's
it.
not cheap. But I
that
think it
much
looks pretty-
money should be,
2023, you can figure it out.
should be a remote control at that price.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
I agree.
It should
But-
be one of those Alexa voice control.
Yeah. Google,
Yeah.
turn it on.
Yeah.
Jarvis on.
That's right. I like the way you're thinking. But look how good that looks right there. That's awesome. So
It does
anyway,
look good.
I have some decisions to make.
So, Chris, would it be this or Vampirella or both?
Well, that's kind of what I was weighing. I keep going back and forth. A couple, the Vampirella, the Jokerized Batsuit. Those are ones that could potentially be on a chopping block. I'm just still trying to figure out like where. I mean, like Vampirella would go on a bottom shelf, which I hate. But I just don't know again if she would stick out like a sore thumb, and so that's why I posted that question. I'm like, if I was going to get one, which one makes more sense in the Batcave? And of course, like everything else, it was 50-50. Some people said, get Iron Man. Some people said keep Vampirella. She's too perfect. I don't know. Where do you guys weigh in on it? Do you guys, if I was going to get one, which one do you think I should get?
I kind of like your idea of how you said like put all the movie pieces in the middle. I feel like that's like enough separation between the rest of your collection to where you could just do whatever you want in the middle of the room, whether that's Marvel or
So you think if I was going to get one, get Iron Man?
Didn't you already order Vampirella?
I did, yeah.
Oh, so you just cancel it.
Yeah.
So, Chris, my thing is there's no such thing as one.
Yeah, that's true.
That's what I'm thinking, Jeff. I mean, Dan.
Well, that's why you get both. This will be number 2.
Yeah.
Well, I think what he's saying is like I wouldn't stop at one, is what he's saying.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying this would be 2 though, like Vampirella and this.
Yeah, I think it opens that floodgate. It's just I know from experience. I speak from here.
I know. Oh, there's the non-light up.
There you go.
Okay. Yeah. It's not terrible, but yeah.
It's not bad. It's a lot of grays and yellow.
The
So
yellow.
I think
makes more sense than Vampirella to me because at least you have a bit of a connection to the Iron Man.
Yeah.
Whereas Vampirella's cool just because it's cool.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, you've been saying for so long if you didn't collect Batman, you'd be collecting Iron Man. So
Yeah. He's my second favorite character. I mean, superhero wise. So I don't know. I just think he looks cool. And to me, I would try to limit it to just this one. Like I would just I could just see him maybe being on a podium over here by my desk. And again, just like somebody was joking, I thought I just kind of played off on the joke to say, keep the name BSC, but it'd be Billionaire Statue Collector because it'd be Tony Stark and Bruce Wayne that is the characters that I would collect, which I thought was pretty funny. But
it's a good thing you're not an Iron Man collector because there's so many damn suits you would have.
I know. I'm really thankful for that. Here's the Michael Jackson we were talking about earlier. What do you guys think of the likeness? I think a lot of people hate it, but I think it looks like him.
It's there. I mean, I can tell who it is.
I just don't. You didn't see him smile like that a lot.
See, for me, anytime there's like an actor likeness, I look at the face, nothing else. And if I can tell who it is, I'm fine with that. I'm not somebody that expects everything to look 100%. I get, you can't always capture, someone's face 100%, especially in a statue form. So if I can look at certain parts of the face, without like the jacket or anything else giving it away, and I could tell who it is, I'm happy with it. So I could tell who that is.
Yeah.
Without looking at the jacket or the hair,
Mm-hmm.
just the face, I know who it is.
Yeah, I think it's pretty accurate if you actually go back and look at pictures from that era.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's pretty close. I mean, speaking of close, look at that.
Yeah.
That to me looks exactly like Tom Hiddleston.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Is that the one that you all saw at San Diego?
Yes, but I think this looks better.
crazy.
This looks better to me than what I saw in San Diego. So I don't know if they kept tweaking. What do you think, Jeff?
Yeah, you said you think this looks better?
To me, it does.
Yeah, it does. I agree. I remember you and PJ had to mess with the hair on this one, right?
Yes, we did. We played with the hair,
Yeah.
trying to get it right. But I love that bust.
That's cool.
Like I said, Catwoman has started to ship in a crate. This is Art Statue Collector's shelf, and I just wanted to show you her next to the J&D, and also her next to the XM Bat Bike. So the XM Bat Bike is quarter scale. It is bigger. I mean, it is a bigger tire. You can see that it's bigger. It's rubber tires, but I do think it scales pretty nicely with the J&D pieces.
It's 43 inches long.
Yeah, it's pretty good size.
Holy cow!
So if you haven't checked out that unboxing, it's a fun watch. Head on over to Art Statue Collector's channel and check him out. This was that announcement we talked about earlier with the tease with Iron Man, Thor, Hulk, and Scarlet Witch. And again, they're going to do, sounds like mostly silicone. So that means more money.
Movie line.
To me, it's funny that they chose Scarlet Witch to be the fourth.
Yeah.
Like
It should be Black Widow.
Either Black Widow or Cap.
Well, and yeah exactly. Yeah. And they have, I mean, they have the likeness to Scarlet Joe. They've done her before.
Yeah.
So I was really shocked about that too.
It would, I don't know. Like I would feel like if it were Cap, I would feel okay with, they're committed to at least the core characters, you know, and I know Scarlet Witch is a core character. I get it, but you know what I mean?
She's not, I mean, it took a while for them to, you know, bring her in.
Exactly. Where this would make
I would have felt better if it was Hawkeye.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
But I mean, let's be honest. Scarlet Witch is for the thirsty boys.
Yeah.
Yep. That's probably true.
True.
Well, and they already had a problem getting her right. Remember, they put up that fourth scale, and then they took it back and said that we're gonna work on it more.
That's true. It's a good point.
Yep.
This is from the same company that did the Joker, Killing Joke, and that piece is massive, by the way. Look how big the Superman is.
Yeah. Penguin Toys.
Yeah, Penguin X Toys, and Limit Studio is the actual the main company. It's Limit Studios with Penguin X. What do you guys think of Superman? I think he looks really good.
He's really good.
He's got a great flow up there. I mean, that's some serious hair he's got going there.
Yeah.
He's got the hair, but I just feel like they really upped the sculpt. I think the sculpt looks a lot better than what they originally teased.
It does look great.
Fun base with the Daily Planet and Metropolis.
I'm not
great
sure
texture.
The cape, but from the other angle, it looks like a Batman cape, like
a little bit, yeah.
Points stuff. I don't know.
And maybe once it's painted red, it'll feel different. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Yep.
But I think it's a fun piece. I think a lot of collectors will enjoy this one.
Yeah. If I had a Dan-sized space, I'd probably buy that.
Yeah. I feel like I'm in the minority, but I like that he has arms.
Oh yeah.
He needs the arms.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, I think it's cool. I think it's a cool pose.
Yep.
I like
well
it.
Sculpted too. I like that. The anatomy looks really good.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the size.
I can't wait to see what they do with the Batman. I'm assuming they'll do him too.
Yeah.
These are some other shots from XM's booth. This is the Samurai Riddler. This is one that I have coming to my collection. Might be my last one. We'll see. But I think I still like him a lot. I like the colors. They also had Batwoman on display as well, and then of course Killer Croc. Batwoman's there.
Killer Croc was awesome.
Here he is. The more I see him, the more I like him. I still don't know if I would get him or not. But Dan, do these photos like sway you any more than what we originally thought?
A little, not a lot, but they look great. I mean, he looks awesome.
He's massive.
Yeah, he looks awesome, and I bet in person, I can understand how people would say in person that this is really impressive because I bet he's awesome.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think he looks great. And they also had the bandaged head on display, which looked great to me. But I still don't love the color of the water.
Yeah.
That still bothers me, but I do think that just in general, he looks pretty awesome.
So the whole fact that he looks too colorful, just overall, is one of the things that bothers me.
Agreed. I feel like he should be dark and grimy.
Dark and grimy. Yep.
Yep. That's what I wanted from the statue.
Yeah. The tone feels off. To me. That would bug me, but
yeah. Yeah, the red, white, and blue. It bothers me, and I'm sure there's significance to the colors, but it makes me feel exactly like you do. It just kind of pushes me away from it.
Hey, has XM Studio have they shipped anything lately?
That's the other thing. It's like when do you even get the statues? See, on Croc, I'm the opposite. I think the Croc looks great. I like the colors. Just put it samurai.
I got my Scarecrow in.
Yeah,
but that's it. So I don't know. I mean, Red Hood shipped earlier,
and even
a year ago.
Scarecrow took a while.
Yeah, Scarecrow took a long time, and I still haven't seen very many people post any photos or anything of him.
Yeah,
other than me.
They just don't seem like they're shipping. I don't know. It's weird. You'd never hear anything about that. About anybody getting any pieces in from them.
Yeah, it's very odd. This is the gantry they had on display there, which I think is really fun.
I think that's fun.
Yeah, this is fun. I love this one. This is one of my favorites. I think that's really cool. Again, we've seen that at a few shows now.
Delicate.
And they also have the Trinity, which I still don't love this art direction on this one. But these are all Mark Brooks inspired pieces.
Hey, you know what? That Iron Man piece, getting back to that one, the gantry one for a second, Chris. One thing I love about that is the innovation in the base where it spins.
Yeah.
I wonder if that would be cool if LBS could incorporate that into the base on their statues.
Yeah.
Because that would be so you could rotate the storytelling parts.
Yeah, the storytelling part, because they're just so good. Those bases are just so awesome.
Yeah, that would.
You know what they could easily do to kind of help with that is maybe just on the front and back do magnets.
Yeah,
so they would be interchangeable.
Yeah, you could even if the whole middle section, the top like 60%, inner part of the top of the base was magnetic.
Yeah,
and you could just kind of rotate the statue around just to be able to show more of that base, because their bases are some of the best in the business.
That's not a bad idea.
Prime One did with Superman Hush, but I mean, it involved like ball bearings and everything just to get them spin in the opposite direction. But
I think magnets would be way easier.
Yeah.
They also had some Transformers on display. Again, we've seen a few of these at some of the recent shows. So those are fun.
Those are.
Again, very intricate. I like what
Always
they've been doing with those.
Mind how they can do these in a cost-effective way. The detail is just so crazy.
It's crazy. And the paint.
Yep.
I love this Spider-Man. I love the lightning bolts, the yellow lightning bolts. We've talked about this a couple times on the show, but I just think this one turned out a really fun.
Yep.
I don't know if there's any pictures of the. I don't know if I'm sorry. These are more gantry photos. I might not have any of the lightning bolt. I thought I did, but do you guys like this one?
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah,
I think it's fun.
I like it because of the lightning bolts.
Yeah, me too. It's like that's what I like about it the most is the lightning.
It's pretty quintessential Spider-Man. Like it's just almost perfect. Did Chris freeze?
Oh, you already
I think so.
Oh,
I think he did.
I think he did. Wow.
Probably reapplying his lipstick or something.
Oh man. So are you guys going to join the Spooktacular show here in a few hours?
Is that tonight?
Oh, he's back.
Sorry about that. This is the first time I froze in 3 shows. So had to happen sooner or later, right?
Yep.
This is the Sideshow Penguin. I love this. I cannot wait to get this one.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Yep.
It is so good. It
looked like his monocle had fallen.
Oh yeah, I bet it has.
It's down around his neck.
Right there, yeah.
Huh.
I wonder if it's a production piece or not.
I kind of would think maybe. I can't imagine them shipping a prototype all the way over there.
Right.
But we'll see, I guess. But they did have some other Sideshow stuff there. again, it just makes you wish they had something like this at New York, right, Eric?
Or San Diego.
Yeah, or San
I
Diego.
did get to see, like I said, every year they do have like the vendors, and they did have some newer stuff that I've never seen before. But yeah, you never see stuff that's up for pre-order. Right?
Yeah.
That one looks really good.
That's crazy.
Definitely one of the contenders for the Batsy Awards this year. I just have been working this week getting those ready. And thank you guys for your help going through those and trying to figure out what I have missing. They also had some Prime 1 stuff on display there, which was cool. A lot of more video game and anime type stuff.
I didn't see any DC pieces on there.
They did not. It was all game, or I think it was all mostly games.
They had that Godzilla King Kong.
Man, that thing is impressive.
You mentioned New York Comic Con. That's like what it is now. The whole entire showroom floor is so anime inspired. You think they would have like all these anime statues on there, gaming statues.
Yeah, look at this thing. That's beautiful.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's a dining room table there, Jeff Morris.
Mhm.
Dan's got
That's
plenty of space.
Yeah.
There you go.
Get rid of the couch.
See now, but here's the thing with that. I would expect a little more color on Godzilla. He
True.
kind of
Right.
blends into the buildings and
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah, he does. Not a lot of
And
color.
I thought it lit
effects.
up. Or maybe it is lighting up in places.
I think his back lights up, I think.
I think this is the one I saw in person. It was insane.
That
pretty
new
nuts.
series from Apple looks good.
I didn't
Y'all
realize
seen
they had the
previews for
Prime
that?
1 logo on the tower.
Is that really? Oh wow.
That's what that is.
Mhm.
That's funny.
I don't know if I would want that.
Maybe you could change it around, maybe. I don't know. But anyway, it's cool to see that piece on display. Again, this is another Ultraman. And they had some My Hero Academia. So again, it was good. Just still always fun to see these pieces on display, which we don't always get to see. This was, I can't remember who made this. This I was not all that impressed with.
Nah.
Looks kind of doll-like to me. Kind of, yeah, or super doll-like.
Very.
Mhm.
Was not impressed. Oh, let's talk about impressive. Okay, so this was revealed today. We still do not know the scale, but this was sculpted by Brian Kucherik for Sideshow, and we are kind of assuming it'll be more like maybe like 1/5. But what do you guys think?
Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huge fan of their sculpts. So anything they do, I'm usually impressed with. I think even if it's like 1/5 or 1/6, it's still going to be a decent size.
Yeah. I did reach out to him, and he hasn't responded quite yet. I'm just seeing if it's going to be a whole line. I'm assuming that that's what they would like to do.
Is anybody in on this? Any of you guys in on this?
I am
Mm.
right next to Frankie Reborn.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. That would be a great companion piece.
It really would, Jeff.
What size is she?
She's quarter.
Yeah, like 1/4.
Well, she is not. They have not identified a scale for her.
She
But
looks
she
quarterish.
appears to be quarter for me, but you won't find that on the listing anywhere.
Well, I still included her in the quarter scale for the Batsies.
Cool.
So I thought she does. She fits with the other quarter scales size wise. So I feel like she belongs there.
Yeah.
Which is really cool because she was sculpted by Olivia herself. With help from Igo and some other people.
Mark Newman.
Yeah, Mark Newman. So it's just very, very cool. But I'm excited. I think this is potential to be a really fun line.
Yep, I agree. And this could also be a spooktacular drop. Who knows?
Yes, I would imagine for sure that we'll see this. I mean, it would just be smart to capitalize on the Halloween hype right now.
Mhm.
But it'll be interesting. What do you guys think the price point would be?
That's what I was thinking. You think they're just going to drop it with the ES already set, like ready to go? Like,
Oh, they could.
That I would love that.
I feel like
don't
they're going to
think
do that.
yeah, I'm not sure if they will, but I think they'll do that with that green ivy. But this might just be a pre-order.
Might be. Do you guys think 500-ish?
It shouldn't be more than that for 1/5 scale for something that they don't have to pay a licensing fee for.
That's true. I guess we'll see. Maybe 460,
Oh,
5. I don't
Maybe-
know.
I don't think it'll be less than 5, but I don't know.
I guess we'll find out.
Frankie was what, 700?
Wow.
Yeah. She had a little bit more going on with her though,
Yeah.
with the base.
Yeah, and the base was a different sculptor.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
This piece is from Sume Art. This is their new diorama. I did a video on this week. This thing is insane.
Yeah.
And it has just so many different bells and whistles. This is part of that 6 scale line that they did with the Joker and also Batman. I still stick by the fact that this is an awesome piece, but I feel like Harley really gets lost in it.
Yeah, and that's my problem with all these pieces. But at least with this one, the base is so cool. It's like I don't know if I even care that she gets lost in it. At least you have something cool to look at.
This is kind of the original concept. They did change it from the original concept, but they stuck to similar idea. And this again shows you kind of all 3 of them together.
Looks like the new 52 cover.
Oh yeah, kind of. Yeah, I could see that. But fun details throughout. Again, a lot of storytelling going on. I love the Joker's eyes. They spin.
Like they really spin.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You need to watch my video, Eric.
Yeah, the video is impressive. The size of it will shock you.
The size of the head is insane, and there's like all these moving parts. There's like mechanized things, like the Ferris wheel spins. There's LEDs.
Wow.
It's insane, but his eyes spin.
I'm
how
sorry.
much is it?
I'm gonna watch that video.
Was it like 2,500?
25.
Wow.
It's a lot, but it's insane. Like that, the size of the Joker head alone, like I could see why it's that much.
Yeah.
And especially if you add the cost of the mechanics of it. I would love to have something like this. I just don't know how I display it. And it does break my rule. So even though I'm trying to break my rule anyway, with the Iron Man.
I don't know if
this is not Iron Man, but this is Beast Man, and this is from Tweeterhead, part of the Masters of the Universe. This is revealed. What do you guys think of this one?
Looks cool.
Got some great detail there.
Yeah.
this is Masters of the Universe.
Yep. This is Tweeterhead. I still think I like the Merman better, and the Trap Jaw better.
Chad posted that this is selling real well.
Yeah,
Similar base to what's his face, Cobra.
Skeletor.
Oh yeah, Skeletor.
But again, this line has been very, very cool. Art directed by Dave Igo. A couple different portraits, as you can see. Here, I think I've got a picture of them side by side. Did I already show it? Let's see. Nope. There we go. Side by side portraits.
Left.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. All day long.
Oh yeah. All day long left. But it's fun. It's a fun piece. Again, congratulations to the Masters of the Universe collectors out there. Real nice detail. Got some nice fur. Fun stuff. Been talking to Chad all week, and we've got some really exciting stuff coming to share with you guys here real soon that I'm very excited about. So stay tuned for that. I'll kind of hype that up a little bit. Here's our naked girl of the day. We have Deja Thoris. She keeps popping up in different statues, but we teased her last time with a teaser image, and now we have the price point and everything from PCS. I think a lot of us weren't really wowed by this one, especially just how good the sideshow one is.
Yeah.
Yeah, the sideshow looks, she looks a little bit more mature. She looks pretty young in this.
Yeah.
To me, at least.
I think that's
just
what chose the
doesn't
one to
do
beat
anything
out
for
of
me.
all of them.
Yeah. That's just, I don't know if you can ever beat that one. It's such a great piece.
There must have been a sale on her license because it's like there's a lot of them.
Yeah. So anyway, that's up for pre-order now. That gives you an idea of the size, 27.5 high.
I like the whole throne concept, like the chair. That looks cool.
Yeah.
I kind of wish they sold the Thark separately so I could buy him and display him with my sideshow.
Yeah, we had talked about that. I'm actually kind of shocked that they didn't.
Yeah.
Speaking of Halloween earlier, this was the full reveal today. This is the half scale Michael Myers from PCS. Also, I think this looks fantastic.
Yeah.
The likeness looks spot on to me. Of course, the Captain Kirk mask. But I think
Pre-order on Halloween Day.
yeah, I think it's going to be a popular piece among collectors. There's a lot of Michael Myers fans out there, but I do think it looks good. Obviously, the sculpt looks nice. Yeah. These are some behind the scenes photos, but good stuff. So congratulations to collectors there. PCS has also been showing some other concepts. This is one from Species, which is fun. And got Guile from Street Fighter, Conan the Barbarian, Arnold.
It was also artwork by Kucharik.
So
was it really?
That's half scale.
This one's half scale.
Yeah.
This one will be popular if they nail the likeness.
Yep.
Yeah, they didn't do the sculpt, but they did the artwork for these like prototypes here.
That's cool. Chin Lee also squat workout statue. So funny concept. And then also an underworld piece. So it looks like they're working on some good movie stuff and game stuff. Look at this thing.
Look at that.
Look how great that is. This is the George Jimenez commission that Eric got from New York Comic Con.
Yeah, I was happily surprised by what he did for me.
It was really great. So that's
better
Eric's. This one right here is also Eric's. This is his Jason Fabok commission.
Nice.
Which I'm #very jealous.
It's like I'm seeing them again for the first time because I haven't framed them since I've been back.
That's right.
They're still sitting in my bag.
This is my George Jimenez commission picked up by Eric, and I just got it in this week. So members have already seen this. This is I did an unboxing. So thanks to all the members that have already watched. But love this piece.
Even in your video, like I said the same thing. His line work and the way just everything is so clean looking.
It almost doesn't look real.
Yeah,
like it's so clean, and like you flip the back, you see all the marker marks. It's like it's so good though. Like it's so crisp and clean. I absolutely love this. So this is something Eric's been doing, and I again just so jealous. Like I think this is phenomenal. This makes me want to do this for every villain.
I like your idea of adding it to that art print.
Yes, we'll see that here in just a second too.
My only complaint with that is he didn't put his name next to the Joker. I'm just joking about it.
Oh, maybe he could do that next next one.
He signed every character except for Joker.
Yeah, maybe next show. But there is David Finch right there, if you guys have never seen what he looks like. And then this is that art print. So Eric was kind enough to pick me up one of these as well. And what somebody had done is like they added the Mad Hatter on the side, or they added Catwoman on the side, because both of those characters are not in the poster. But or this is one of those deckled edges prints, and Eric was able to get me an artist proof. But
and I did ask him about Catwoman, and I did ask him about XM Sanity. So we had a nice discussion about it. So going back to this real quick, I said, going back to XM Sanity, it's a great statue and so many people love it, but everybody always wondered, why did you leave out Riddler? Was it like a licensing issue, or did you just forget? And he said, no, it came down to XM. It was just their art direction. They didn't want to put Riddler onto the base. Maybe they felt it was too cluttered or whatever. And I believe that, because when I came down to asking him about this, I said, well, now with this, you left out Catwoman. And he straight up said, oh, I forgot. I just forgot to put her on there. So anybody wondering about XM Sanity, he didn't forget. It was up to XM. This, he did forget. He just forgot to put Catwoman, he said.
That's funny. But what a great print. I love it. Thank you again for getting it for me.
Yeah, it's same one. I love it.
This is also Fabok you picked up, right?
Yeah. This is a big piece.
That's awesome.
11 by 17.
Yeah, that is.
That is just stunning.
Yeah, I gotta get all this frame.
Love it. This is my Jock commission that I got in. I really like it. I'm still not sure about the color. I wish he had done it on white, but it does look really great in person. And and it's
I like
something
the
a little
color.
different.
He does that a lot, Chris. If you look at his work when he posts it, he does it. He likes to work on that tan paper.
And I do think that this is a little different than stuff he does. He does a lot of the same exact pose sometimes with that kind of that hulking forward. And this is something a little bit different that I'd asked him to do. And so I do like how original it looks. It's something a little different than what you see from him. But I'm glad to finally get it. And again, thanks to Eric and Billy for pushing for it.
Yeah, we tried. Like I was trying my best not to leave there without it, especially when they said like you were the only one that they were going to do it for that weekend.
Yeah, it's awesome. So thank you again. This was the San Diego Comic-Con print or commission that I picked up, or I was supposed to pick up. I
like the color, but I don't like that the paper is so thin, and that was my issue with Finch. Like when Finch did your original, he did it like on artboard paper.
Yeah.
And when Finch did my original, he did it like on it wasn't as thin as this, but it was also a very thin paper, which I don't mind, but it just makes me nervous now every time I handle, the artwork. I'm afraid I'm going to, it's so expensive. I'm afraid I'm going to like put a crease in it or something.
Yeah. This is Sebastian Espinosa's that he picked up from George Jimenez. This was another one I liked with the background and the bat signal.
Yeah.
It was cool. And there's Sebastian right there meeting Ewan McGregor. So just give a shout out to Sebastian if you're still watching, Sebastian. This was not anything that we got, but this was a commission somebody got, a man bat from Finch.
Love it.
Love it. Love it. Love it. So good. This was not a commission. This was just something that Jim Lee posted this week of the Scarecrow. This was actually from 2020. But good Lord, how great is that?
That's one of the pieces that he did. If anybody's familiar with the book that he released, 60 for 60. So he did he did 60 drawings in 60 days to support local comic shops during COVID.
That's awesome.
Number 32 of 60.
32.
And these things were going. This is in the book. I have the book, and it's phenomenal. I mean, I just want to take it apart and frame all the pictures, but these were all going north of like $15,000-$20,000.
Yeah, I believe it.
Yeah,
it was really funny. He had a comic book appearance this week that was unadvertised, and no one was there.
It was a Torpedo, I think.
Yeah, Torpedo, and it wasn't advertised, and so he posted like no one was there, and so he did drawings for everybody that showed up.
That's really cool.
Look at this thing.
There it is.
Yeah. This is phenomenal. So this was done by Matt Martin in New York. That was for Dan, and apparently this was like a little plan that you guys concocted.
Yep.
But how fun is this display? So it was just signed by who's who: Tony Daniel, George Jimenez, Jim Lee. I don't know who else was on there.
It's Fabok right under Jim Lee, and then Chip Zdarsky right there, and then Finch
right there on the top.
Steven Subic
right there.
He's doing the Riddler. He's been doing a big run on Riddler.
Yeah.
So it's just been. Matt and I were talking about getting a cowl, and we found this cosplayer in the UK that makes them. Does a great job with these cowls, and we just talked about having it signed. And unfortunately, I had to back out of New York, but Matt was still going. He was kind enough to bring mine along and get it signed at the same time. So now I'm looking forward to bringing it with me to MegaCon in February. And
I think did you get Jimenez on it? I was with him when he was signing some of these, and it's really impressive in person.
It's right there.
Yep, right there. Yep.
It's awesome. Well, congratulations, Dan.
Thanks.
It is. That's amazing. Yeah.
It's a really great idea.
Have you put it on yet?
I don't now that it's got all those signatures on it.
Yeah, no chance. This is the shot of Eric and Billy rocking the Brotherhood of the Bat shirt. So thank you guys for that. And obviously meeting Jason Fabok, which was awesome.
Yeah. As my wife would say, we were twinsies.
Yeah, little twinsies. There's Jason again. And there's the boys picking up my jock print.
There's us raiding Jock's booth to get your.
That's right.
So it was funny, like so we explained, like we were telling the the woman Natasha, shout out to Natasha, whoever it was. Like, so we couldn't get in touch with your original handler, and she was so nice. Like, I explained the situation, and she was like, I'll try so hard to get this done for him. And when we finally got it, I said, can you take a picture with it? Because I was like, it's not my artwork. I don't like, if Chris ever wants like proof of like purchase, I don't want to be in the picture. I was like, can you take a picture? You're Jock's handler or whatever. And she was like, no, you guys should take a picture with it. Like, so we were trying to get her to take a picture, but in the end, we took a picture. So sorry about that.
That's all right. I appreciate
just go behind the booth and hold it up. And
yeah, it's fun.
So there's your proof of purchase.
That's right. I appreciate it. Jim Lee, there's Jock himself right there. Adam Hughes.
Always making silly faces.
He always does.
Jeff Loeb was awesome.
Jeff Loeb was fantastic. Got to meet him a second time in San Diego. It was really great.
He loved that sign so much. He took a picture of me and him on his phone with it. I don't know if he posted it anywhere, but he has a picture of it like us two on his phone. I was
That's
like, oh,
awesome.
cool.
I just absolutely love the sign. Just like Dan's cowl. I thought this was such a freaking great idea. I've done something similar with my Brotherhood logo, but it's on the back, so I never see it.
Yeah.
So I love what you did with this. This is really cool.
Yeah, last year I was doing like individual batarangs.
Yeah.
And I was like, how many batarangs am I going to have? I'm never going to like display so many batarangs. I was like, I actually got the inspiration from you for doing the bat, your bat logo.
Yeah.
The channel. I was like, let me just get one item and just get all the signatures on one item. So this way I could display it easy.
Yeah, it's awesome. I love it. It's such a great idea.
Thanks to you for the inspiration to do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then Matt showed up with the cowl, and I was like, wow, that's even more awesome.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're both really great
cowl.
ideas. This is from Infinity Studios. This is the Hobbs piece. I'm not all that impressed with the likeness. It's quarter scale. What do you guys think? No, yay or nay?
Same. From far away, I could tell who it is. Once you zoom in on the face, I don't know who it is.
Yeah, I think it needs some work.
Yeah, I agree.
But it's fun. It's a fun piece from Fast and Furious. And then there also is the female character, Giselle. And this is a big bike piece. It's pretty cool.
That's supposed to be Gal.
No, I didn't even realize that until I just zoomed in. It's like, is that supposed to be Gal? I mean, I see a likeness there a little bit.
Oh, there's Gal.
But it's a full motorcycle, quarter scale. So that's kind of fun. Again, this is Infinity. But yeah, that's his Gal. It's not bad.
Kind of see it in the eyes.
Yeah, I can see it.
In the eyes, yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely the eyes.
Although I'm also a person that watched the movie and didn't even realize she was in it. So.
Yeah. Well, wasn't she just in the first one, or maybe she was in the other ones? I don't know.
Yeah, to me, it was before she became popular. It was Wonder Woman that got her name out.
I think it's a pretty small role.
I think so too.
Well, she was in a lot of scenes. Yeah.
This is the flesh color Ivy from Prime One. Mine has shipped, so I'm anxious to get her in and see how I feel about her compared to the green. But I think she looks pretty good here.
Yeah.
That's Matt's. I think that's Matt's picture that you're showing there.
I think it is. I think he got it actually while you guys were in New York,
and he loves it. He was just telling me earlier today that he loves the piece. He said it's awesome.
That's great. Glad to hear it. How do you feel like this one turned out, Julia? Now you see it kind of in hand.
I feel like she's beautiful. I knew she would be. I still like the two sideshow ones, the new one that we unboxed and the Deadly Nature one. So, I am right now still looking for the right buyer for her. If anyone, is interested in that pre-order. But she's beautiful. I just feel like for me, that new one that's coming is the Ivy that's been missing.
So if somebody wants to take over your pre-order, how could they get a hold of you?
So I am in the Batman statue collector group. I'm in the buy sell trade. I do have a listing there, and I'll put my email in the chat. It's very simple. It's just juliades@comcast.net. So I'll put it right in the chat.
Perfect. Well, again, if somebody wants to take over that pre-order, that's where you can get a hold of Julia.
Yeah, I hope I can find the right home for her, because it's you know, I set it up in the unboxing. It's like it's a sin to cancel her. I don't want to cancel her. I want to transfer her.
It does save a little room in your collection, that's for sure, which is nice. She is a space hog.
Yeah, it's the size can be. So I'm actually curious. Have you ever seen like 1/3 in person, like at any like comic book shops or anywhere you travel to?
I have, and I was ready for her, and then they announced the 2 sideshow ones,
Okay.
and that really threw me, because I said, okay, I can do this, right? And then, as you know, things come up, right? Like, I didn't expect to get Frankie. I didn't expect to get the Evil Queen. You know, some things just come up here and there. Everything takes space.
Yeah.
And it's just amazing. So even then I was like, okay, I think I can do this. But those 2 sideshow ones just, and the thing was, with that deadly nature, we never see that kind of an Ivy, that kind of dark, witchy Ivy, right? We never see that. So I couldn't pass that up.
Yeah, I thought maybe similar to my situation, because I only focused on quarter scale, because I have so many comic book shops, but they don't carry, 3rd scale, or even at conventions, you don't really see too many 3rd scale. And it wasn't until I went to Dan's house, and then recently my friend Billy's house, to see these in person. So I was like, wow, these are really cool in person. It just maybe switch everything up. So I thought maybe just haven't seen one before.
Yeah. I mean, they are amazing.
Because she is pretty awesome.
Yeah. For me though, I'm really looking for like the ones that speak to me. And so I feel like the Prime one, she's gorgeous. But now that I've seen what's coming with that sideshow piece, that's so dynamic. And we've never had an Ivy that's kind of in flight. You know what I mean? Like, it has a real edge to it, which is different. And I feel like the Prime one, I have Ivies that look similar to that, right? Like her pose, her stature, her, the vibe of her, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, it's not too far off from the one you just got, the 1/4, where she's just leaning against something. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know. And that was one too. Like, we didn't expect that one. And now they're making the green. So,
This one right here is that I found on the screen this is the Thing and XM. And so this is another one, Dan, you had mentioned if they had shipped anything. They have shipped him. And I think he actually turned out really great.
Yeah, he does look good.
Oh, this is XM. Every time I kept seeing this in the groups, I thought it was like some custom piece or something.
No, it's XM, and it's it was kind of quiet on the release, and I feel like they actually kind of released him pretty quick compared to some of the others. Like, I feel like they showed this one after Joker, which Dan is still waiting for. You might be waiting forever, Dan.
Yeah, that one and Robin King.
Wow.
Oh yeah, the Robin King.
Yeah.
Yep.
So again, hopefully XM.
It's kind of lame they're not doing the other 3.
Yeah, I do agree with that. Again, it's been kind of odd this year with some of the choices and the delays, but maybe they'll let us know what's going on. But I think this one turned out really nice.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
The battle tank has been released. This is from Justice League. This is that real small scale, but it turned out really nice, and it's a little bit bigger than I thought. These are some in-hand photos from a collector. Kind of shows you how big it is. There's the Justice Buster back there. Takes up a little bit of room.
Yeah.
These are some photos, I think, from New York.
This is the one you just got, right? That you unboxed?
No, this is actually the Flash version.
Oh, okay.
Which I don't like this one near as much as the one I have. But they did have some of these. What did you think of this in person, Eric?
I didn't see it. This was at New York?
Yeah, this is at New York.
Wow, where the hell was I? I didn't see this booth at all.
Yeah, this is Pure Arts.
Wow. And I walk, I even said the same thing. I was like, there's so much this year. I mean, it's the same showroom every year, but there's just so much on display. Like, you miss things. I didn't see any of this.
Yeah, it's amazing. Like, I remember I was trying to find that Roosevelt's booth at San Diego. I found it one time, and I went back and forth, and I couldn't find it another time this year. Like, that tells you how big these events are. You can't even find the booth you're looking for.
Yeah, I wish I would have seen it.
It was a Hot Toys. I had some Hot Toys photos. This is a new Jim Lee print.
So I think that's the one that came with his signing. Yeah.
Yeah, with the bag.
Yeah.
Oh no, it came. Yeah, that's right. It was a New York signing. That's right.
Yeah, I actually have this.
That's a fun one. This is another event that they had recently. Just had a bunch of the Hot Toys on display. So again, it's just kind of fun to see some of those, the ones they've been selling recently. It's kind of fun to look through these. If you're a Hot Toys collector. That's one of the new Spider-Man. He's fun.
He's great.
Yeah, he's an awesome
It's like, look at the hair, real hair on it.
No squeezy.
Yeah, no squeezy. That's pretty fun. Some of the Spider-Man ones. The new Iron Man. I like that one. Life-size Batman there. Older Keaton. And some Jokers. Kind of go through these a little quickly. We're running out of time, but I did want to share these with you guys. That was a life-size Flash they had on display. Some of the Spider-Mans. Oh, I guess I had that one out of order. It's random Jason Fabok. Random David Finch.
Yeah. I took a lot of photos with him.
It's awesome. This is from the Ahsoka show, Hot Toys.
That was a good show.
I still haven't watched it yet.
I haven't.
Yeah, me either.
I think that's
So
after Mandalorian. I think that's the best Star Wars show they've done.
That's great. That's great to hear.
High praise.
What do you think of the likeness here? Did they capture her pretty good?
Yeah,
It's perfect. It's great.
That's
that
awesome.
was a kind of. I've seen some of the animated Star Wars show. I can't remember which one. It's probably the very first one. But this, I think there were so many things from those shows in that they got, and it all looked perfect to me.
That's great. I'm glad. It's real high praise from you, so I'm really glad to hear it. It was so good.
Because I'm not a Star Wars snob.
Yeah.
Or
There's a lot of them out
critical.
there. Great print, Eric. I forgot. I had this out of order, but
yeah, no, I took so many pictures because I picked up a few things over. I was there for 3 days. That's the most I've ever done New York Comic Con. Usually I do like 1 or 2 days, but there was so much this year. And
awesome.
yeah, I think it was Saturday. I just had the chance. I just randomly showed up at Finch's booth, and he was working on my book. And I just spent there was nobody on his line. I spent like 20 minutes talking to him, and then I left there to go check on Billy with Jimenez, and I passed by Fabok, and nobody's on his line. I ended up talking to Fabok for like 20 minutes, just hanging out, me and him. So it was really cool.
Awesome.
When I did the interview for you.
That's so awesome. Very jealous. This is I'm sure you guys saw this. Sideshow did a poll where you could do a survey, and they kind of asked about like fundraising type things, like crowdfunding. If they would do crowdfunding for some of the obscure characters. What do you guys think of them doing that?
Seems smart.
I think it's a great idea.
I think it's a great idea too. I think it's brilliant.
Yeah.
A lot of other companies have done it, like Mattel, and been really successful. I love it. If they could crowdfund, a Riddler, or crowdfund a Ra's al Ghul, like how fun would that be?
I mean, if that's the breaking decision between them making a piece and not making a piece, I'm all for it.
Yeah,
I'll support it.
I'm sold. I think it's awesome. New Gabriel Del Auto cover I threw in here. I thought that looks pretty great.
There's some new cover. He's got a whole slew of new covers that are unbelievably cool.
That's awesome. I can't wait to see him.
Yep.
And we're back.
And we're back.
Well, that was that. I know it was a lot of photos to look at. And I don't know, a lot of great stuff. It looked like a lot of great events. I wish we had events like that in the United States still, where we can have all those reveals and products shown to us. Because clearly they don't have a lot of faith in the market right now for us, but it is what it is. So yeah, anything else you guys want to discuss before we wrap up our Spooktacular show?
This hair is itching me.
I was going to say, I'm so ready to take this wig off.
I'll mention again, even though I've said many times on Facebook, I'm looking for a sideshow She-Hulk if anybody has one available.
All right, so you can hit up Jeff on Facebook or at the detective27.com
or Jeff Delaney 949 at gmail.com.
That's what I was thinking, 949.
Well, I'll put in a shameless wanted to buy plug. I just did post in the group in the BST. I think I said that right.
For buy, sell, trade. Yeah.
For Frankie Reborn. So if any of you have one available to sell or know of one, let me know. I am actively in the market, as they say.
Right,
she's awesome.
Very good.
Yeah.
She is. Dan, check the big bad toy store because they had said there's like one left.
I did, Julia. That says sold out.
Really?
Well, it's a great tip anyway.
It was a great tip, and
great tip.
Yeah, I checked, and no go.
Oh, she's amazing.
Yeah,
she's amazing. But I did just get the other day an email saying that my wait list converted, so maybe you'll get lucky.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
From Sideshow.
Yeah, and I threw it back, but because I figured, I had her now.
Yeah.
But
oh, well, then maybe I'll get lucky because I did join the wait list. So.
All right. Well,
yeah.
Fingers crossed, right? Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll have a shot.
Yeah.
But anyway, it never hurts to jump on them. It's free. I've had a ton of mine convert, so it's worth it. Worth it.
Yeah.
So I just want to wish you all happy Halloween. I want to wish you a happy Spooktacular. Again, check out Sideshow apparently tonight. They might do a stream. I think they're doing a stream at midnight, and it looks like they're going to do maybe some product reveals. So check them out. Anything you have going on at the Sanctuary, Jeff?
Not at the moment, but who knows if there's a Spooktacular drop ship of some awesome piece. I've been known to pick up a variant on occasion.
Yes, you have indeed. Eric, I know you've had some great videos on your channel recently. Anything you got coming up?
I was trying to think what I could talk about on your channel. Yeah, I've been doing a lot of like repaints right now of projects and just tutorials in general for painting and stuff like that.
Well, good.
And if you visit onlydans.com tonight, I'm running a special on t-shirts, buy one get one free.
So there you go. This is what it looks like. And remember that extra large thong is available still. So definitely check that out. Again,
we have Harley costumes too.
That's right. We got all kinds of fun stuff on the website. So definitely check that out. Anyway, thanks everybody for tuning in. We always enjoy these Halloween shows, and thank you guys for participating. It's a lot of fun. Julia, thank you for joining us again. You are the perfect Ivy, so we couldn't think of anybody better to be on the show with us. So thank you.
Thank you. It was so fun.
Oh, there we go. Here, hold on. Let's see. This is what scares all the children at night. So right there. I love it. It's awesome. I love it. I love that you did a live thumbnail. That was really creative. That was really good.
I did the thumbnail.
Oh, there you go. Right there. Live thumbnail. Double live unboxing. There it is. I love it. Anyway, thanks everybody for tuning in. Please hit the like button on your way out. On my channel, we've got the Mira review coming up. We got the Batman Buster cowl review. And Ivy's coming too. So hopefully I'll have her real soon. And also that art unboxing will be up this week. So again, thanks everybody for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Hope you have a great, safe Halloween. And as always, continue to be good to yourself and be good to others, and the world will be a better place. Thank you very much. I'll see you guys in the back cave. Happy Halloween, everybody.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.